It's rare that an artist can achieve the level of commercial success as Rae Jepsen did with pop mega hit Call Me Maybe, and still be revered by the music press as an artist. Despite being aware of Jepsen's reputation for bridging commercial and critical success for a while, I've never actually gotten around to sitting with a full album until now. The Loveliest Time in some ways is an odd one to choose for my first, as while this is certainly a collection of original songs, it is in fact almost a B-sides record, as it's made from unused and rejected songs from Jepsen's prior record, The Loneliest Time, released just last year in 2022. This actually represents something of a trademark for the pop star. Now, this is the third such collection of outtakes after 2020's Dedicated Side B and Emotion Side B before that in 2016. I actually think this approach is something more artists would do well to replicate, because in the streaming age it's so common for an album's strength to be diluted by chucking all 20 to 30 songs from the session on the same record. Whereas separating those you like but aren't the strongest in this way not only give more time to tweak them, but would allow them to release a stronger, more succinct main release and then get a whole new bump in streaming and publicity like the following year. Anyway, I digress. While an outtakes album is inherently facing an uphill battle to be critically received, given that it's literally made from rejects, the fun of the songs on The Loveliest Time managed to overcome that fact and even smooths over some of the rougher edges left by so many different genre directions vying for attention, for the most part. Among the producers in the mix for this record, I was surprised to see James Ford on the list. Now an incredible producer in his own right, I always associate him with Arctic Monkeys, and it all made sense when I heard the song College, a very stripped back kind of loungy track where some of the organs almost sound reminiscent of the Tranquility Base or the Car albums from that band. But I was surprised then to find that this was a tune not produced by Ford at all. But nevertheless, it's one of the more melancholy and raw songs here, and actually a favourite. Great production actually abounds on The Loveliest Time, and in some cases it's so good it overtakes the songwriting. The album opens with a cool kind of New Jack Swing vibe with Anything to Be With You. It has some really tasteful bass playing and even cooler use of horns, which both accent the beat but also play these kind of dissonant parts at points. From a production standpoint, it's one of my favourites, but the chorus of that never, never over just doesn't seem as catchy as the song really deserves. This marks one of a couple of moments on the album where that kind of album disguise of this essentially collection of outtakes starts to slip. The other for me being Psychedelic Switch, which almost has the opposite problem to Anything, with a killer hook and a chorus but no progression or development. Despite that, elsewhere the album still does manage to deliver the pop bangers you'd expect from Jepsen. Kamikaze builds from a dark bass line ducking in and out of the beat, crescendoing into a classic pop chorus that delivers a true earworm sticking with you long after the song is over. And Shy Boy has a very modern Kylie or Goldfrapp disco vibe with a similar classic feeling chorus and synth tones throughout that sound a little like marimba. Overall, I'd say that while it doesn't always overcome the characteristics of a B-sides record, there are undeniable bursts of pop euphoria scattered throughout, making this a 6 out of 10 for me.